Uncle Pawpaw here. Hey, I got a good one for you today. You see chicken and you see cupcake molds. What's going on? That's all next here, Uncle Pawpaw's Kitchen. Alright, welcome back, fam. Alright, so chicken and cupcake molds. Alright, let's talk about it. It's called Cupcake Chicken. No surprise there if you're in the barbecue world. What we're going to do today is what a lot of pitmasters do when they're in competitions. Those who cook thighs, sometimes they either cook thighs or they cook legs. But we're going to walk through the long process. It's not that long, but it is tedious, especially if you're doing a lot of them. If you're doing competition where you're doing just 4 or 6, then it's pretty easy. But if you're trying to cook, 30 for 30 people, it can get a little tedious in the process that we're doing today. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so now first let's talk about the cupcake mold. So I just got some silicone cupcake mold. I just cut the inside out, just kind of did it and squeeze it, cut it so it got the diamond shape. Really don't care whether it's diamond or a circle, just as long as there's a hole cut out in the bottom. And what that is for the fat that releases and for the chicken stock that we have here, which we have 3.5 cups, which is going to help cook, tenderize, season, and get that skin to tighten up around the chicken thighs, because in competition you want that bite through skin. You don't want it when you bite the skin pulls off. It's not appealing even if you wasn't in competition. So all right, so we're going to get to that. Now season that we're going to use is going to be Uncle Pawpaw's chicken rub. That's what we use whatever favorite season that you like. It's no big deal. And then we have some barbecue sauce. This here is my sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. We're going to heat that up in the microwave. I'm going to add put a cup in there, and I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of butter. When you heat barbecue sauce, it's going to thin out. The butter's going to help it thin out even more, but also add some rich flavor to it. All right, so the whole process in the cupcake chicken. First thing you want to do is you want to remove the skin, because the process that we need to do, we need to have the skin off, because we're going to clean out the skin. Now there is another way, and I was going to show you that way today. I'm not trying to throw my son underneath the bus, but kind of just let you know there is a tool that perforates. So basically you just press, and it's a little square, about a rectangle. It's about 30 needles in it, and you just kind of press, and as you press, those needles push down into the skin, and they make little tiny holes. So that's what helps. It helps the fat come out as it's cooking, helps the skin tighten up. I cannot find that for the life of me. I looked for about an hour, couldn't find it. So continue to steady hold off this video. We're going to go ahead and go through the process, which I was going to show you this process anyway. So I'm pretty sure I'll find it after the video while I'm getting ready to upload, and I'll put a picture of it in the video somewhere, probably like right now. I'll put it here. So because if you're going to do more of this, it's best to have that, trust me. All right, so here's the skin. I put it inside up, flesh side up, and all we're going to do is we're just going to scrape. That's all we're going to do. Just want to scrape, and that's this thick, kind of thick, yellowish white inside, and then what that is just the fat. So all you want to do is just kind of scrape that out of there. and you'll see where it'll leave the skin left over and it'll look real thin. And then you'll kind of get the idea of, as it cooks, it's going to tighten up and stick to the meat. And it get real thin. You get to a point, where it's thin, just leave it alone. We don't want it to break. We just want to get the fat off of it. All right, and that's how it's going to look. Real thin. I'm going to move that over. And the next thing we want to do is the knuckles. Kind of how we did the lollipop chicken. We took the knuckles off. We're going to do the same thing here. You got you some kitchen shears. They'll work as well. I could find those. I just don't use them for this. But we just want to kind of take the knuckle and go down a little bit. Kind of get some of that meat off the bone. And then just go right there on that bone. Right there behind the knuckle. There you go. If you get some meat, that's fine. Remember, here in the kitchen, we save everything. So, making stock, which look for that video coming soon. All right, then on the other side, you just want to kind of pull some of this thin little fat that's on there. You can, as I always say, if I can grab it, I'll cut it. All right, on the other side, just a little fat, just on a little bit, you'll see it, the little white fat. Just go ahead and cut that off. You got some kitchen shears, work better. Then there on the other side, it's a little piece of fat that's connected to the meat completely. I kind of just bend my knife down with the meat, and then I just kind of just cut that right off. All right. Now the other knuckle. Now on there's on the two knuckles, inside out, you really can't tell once you take the thigh off, but on one of them is just the knuckle by itself, and on the other side it's going to have this tendon on it. And I really don't try to cut the meat back off that. I just go right there where that tendon is, right behind that tendon. Get a little groove in the bone, and I get the bone, plus it has some meat around it. Again, we don't worry about that because we make stock. It just adds more flavor. Now we got it. That is the bone. That is all that's left. If you really want to get fancy or cute, and I've done it before. I learned this process about 10 years ago, and I've been doing it every time I cook thighs or barbecue thighs. I do it this way just for the family. Now, if I'm having a get together or I'm doing a catering, that's why I bought the perforator. And then I really don't cut the knuckles when I'm doing it for catering or for a big, large gathering. I just leave the knuckles on. But anyway, there it is. So now what we'll do is just go ahead and season it. Both sides. Add our skin back on. Now you want to fold it, kind of roll the chicken up, and then add the skin on. Spread it over it, and then just kind of roll it underneath. And that's what you have. And you can really see the meat underneath the skin, how thin it is. And then we just want to go right back on top of it. All right, so we put that in the pan. We're going to put that skin side down. All right, so that's where it's going to be. We're going to go skin side down into the mold. Those molds are going to go in a pan. Now, if you can't find these silicone, that's fine. Just get you they sell the aluminum muffin pans. Same thing, same concept. Just cut a hole out of and get you another pan that mold can set in, and you'll get the same thing. All right, so let me go ahead and take these off. Now, what we want to do is take our chicken stock, and we want to go ahead and just pour it in. We don't want to pour on top of the chicken. All right, so chicken stock in there. like I say, pour it on the side, not in top. Already got the smoker going, sitting at 300 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in here. They're gonna go for an hour and a half. All right, and then hour and a half, we're gonna take them out. Then we're gonna flip the chicken, and still inside the muffin pan, so it's just gonna flip them. Flip them, they'll go for another 45 minutes. And then at that time, we'll do our sauce, get it all liquid, because I want it wet as possible with the butter and warming it up, dip, and it's gonna go for another 30 minutes. But like I said, this is at 300 degrees, hour and a half, see you back. All right. All right, so an hour and a half. Now all we want to do is flip them over. All right, flip it over. Smells. Well, it smells good. All right. Get my little oven mitts that I never put on, my pit mitts. And we're going to just put it back in there for another 45 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful. So now, all we want to do, I got my sauce, just got it out the microwave. Ready. You can put it on the grill if you want. I just advise if you do put it on the grill, whether it's in a bowl or a pot, just put aluminum foil inside of it. Because a lot of times when you heat up barbecue sauce, it'll be running on top of it at the bottom. It'll cake on and that sugar kind of burn and stick to the bottom and make it a little hard to clean up. But you put a little aluminum foil in there, and then you can just pour it out and be done with it. All right, so now all we want to do is just dip it in, roll it around, just set it right here on top of that rack. All right. And we just want to take this little rack. If you got a baking rack, that's fine. It'll work. If you don't, like this top shelf, put it on the top shelf, or you can just set it on the grill plate. That's fine either way. But I like to set it on something, let it set it high. All right, so we're gonna get at another 30 minutes, and it's gonna be time to eat. We're gonna eat these right away. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes, let it cool, but then we're gonna eat these right away. We'll be right back. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Close that down, preserve my fire. I might want to put something on there later on this evening. Cook it overnight or something. All right. Ooh. Here. Look at that. And that is bite through skin. See, I can pull the skin up, let you know, still skin on there. Smoke all the way through. The rub with that sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. I did add a little bit of rub to the barbecue sauce along with the butter. Man, that is good. Man, if you don't have sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, you got just regular barbecue sauce. Just add a teaspoon of hot sauce, and if you got any type of preserves, some grape, apricots, peach, anything like that, blackberry, add a teaspoon of that, mix it in with the butter. or honey, or some syrup if you got that. Man, that is good. I'm telling you, need to try this. And like I said, you need to try this. Let me know how it turned out for you. Send me a picture, shoot me an email, put it in the comments. All right. And if this is your first time checking us out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And also hit that little bell so you get notified when we upload these videos. All right, I'm Uncle Paw Paw. I appreciate you watching Uncle Paw Paw's Kitchen. All right.